Hey Oregon, this is the last audio that I have on Senate Bill 124, 1985. It was done on May 30th. The bill was brought back to a work session at the request of the chair, and so we're going to listen to it.
Okay, Claudia, 124.
Senate Bill 124 is also a bill that passed from committee and at the request of the chair has been brought back before you. This bill provides for DMV to adopt rules to allow for permissive titling.
This bill is to allow the DMV to adopt rules for permissive titling. Permissive meaning allowed but not obligatory, optional. In other words, you give permission to the DMV to title and register your car.
Rather late in the process, it came to everyone's attention that the bill was not drafted to make it specific that the titling had to be done at the request of the owner.
The titling had to be done at the request of the owner.
You have amendments before you that make that clear. It was never DMV's intent to do otherwise.
It was never the DMV's intent to do otherwise.
You also have a hand-engrossed bill showing where that language would be changed, and council rearranged the wording to make it a little easier to read with the addition.
Council changed the wording to rearrange the wording to make it easier to read.
Changes in section 2. Those are the only changes made to the bill. Okay. I'm sorry, and in section 6 of the bill, which is the permissive registration. 123.
Permissive registration.
We did lots since you were going to represent. We gave them all to you. Okay, this is the one that we had sent out that allows for permissive titling. And would give DMV rulemaking authority. No.
Is there a motion to amend the bill? The question came up after we had sent it out that it wasn't quite clear that this was at the request of the owner, and that's what these amendments do. Is there a motion to amend the bill?
So moved.
Representative Woody moves that we amend Senate Bill 124 with the Legislative Council Amendments 124A-2. Is there any discussion? Any objection? So ordered.
So they brought the bill back at the request of the chair to make it clear that this was to be permissive, optional, not mandatory.
Representative Woody, would you like to move the bill to
I move the bill.
Representative Woody moves Senate Bill 124 to the floor with a due pass recommendation as amended. Is there any discussion? And any objection to sending it to the floor? Okay. Representative Woody, would you mind carrying it?
No.
Okay. All right. Moving right on. Senate Bill 133.
So I will leave the numbers to the statutes that came out of Senate Bill 124 in the description. I'll also leave the Oregon Revised Statute and the numbers for the other two title and registration laws in Oregon. So I encourage you all to go and read them yourself. This is, all I'm going to really cover on Senate. Well, I think it's all I'm really going to cover on Senate Bill 124. This is the DMV admitting to illegal activity, and Senate Bill 124 authorize them to establish rules to give themselves authority to continue to do illegal activity. And this was done in 1985, but for 20 years they didn't write a rule. They didn't do anything. They were required by the laws to write the rule. They didn't write the rule until 20 years later. They wrote a rule for optional titling, and then like 8 years after that they repealed it. And I have this actually covered in another video that I did like 2 years ago. Not sure where I'm going to go from here, but if you're interested in this information and want to know more, let me know. Leave a comment, like the video, tell me what you think, how I could do this better. There's so much more. There's so much more. So I'm going to keep going, and we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it.